The morning breaks and you feel the aches. Stepping out on the wrong side of bed. The carpet's burning, the wheels are turning, and all you see is red. Things can only get better in sunny weather, yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like leaving a letter till things get better, yeah, yeah, yeah.
This episode of The Jeff Adams Show is brought to you by BitGravity. For mission-critical events, trust BitGravity by visiting bitgravity.com for more information. And by NewTek, makers of the TriCaster 40. Stun your viewers, not your accountant. Visit newtek.com for more information. And by GoDaddy. If you need a domain name or you need hosting, trust GoDaddy.com and use promo code Jeff199 at checkout.
Episode 28. Happy Halloween. Friggin' stress central here at the Jeff Adams Show. You know, 10 minutes till get this text, cryptic text from Erik Guzman saying basically, hey, I was pulled into an emergency meeting. I can't do the show. So I'm like scrambling. And Sharon goes, hey, I got homework to do. So, you know, here we are. And, you know, a couple things. I upgraded to Maverick. This is not a tech show, but I upgraded to Maverick, and I can't really see the playback. So if I look to this side, I can see everybody. I'm just kind of looking at the camera and doing old school podcast audio. So I want to introduce the crew. The Merry Monk of Love. What is up?
Hey, look at me. I'm in HD. But now my lips are out of sync with my sound.
We just can't get this thing right at all. Crazy.
But look at how clear the picture is.
So we can really see how messed up your sound is. That's, yeah.
Yeah, actually, we're having this problem here at Helix Network Studios with all of our USB cameras. Maybe you tech people that will watch this show can help out. We got the Logitech cameras, and we're feeding audio separate, and we cannot, for the life of us, sync up the audio. We can get it before we start streaming, but as soon as we start streaming in Wirecast, out of sync. If you go record in Wirecast, out of sync. Up until that point, in sync. Anyways, I'm on a laptop, and now it's doing it over here. Welcome to the program. You can call us 1-547-8383.
And I want to introduce Sharon. How's it going with all the schoolwork?
Hi. Oh, schoolwork is so fun. I love it. Yeah.
And the play's going good, right?
Yeah, it's good. We did our second weekend this last weekend, and the last weekend is coming up. So, yay.
Very, very good. And I also want to introduce the Wizard of Broadcast Magic, Stephen Haywood. What is up?
Yo, I'm here.
Yo, where are you? Oh, there you are. I had to look to my side.
Yeah, you got to look to your side.
I don't know if Sharon and Erik saw this, but I've got, I'm a little concerned about you, Stephen.
What did I do? Now, what did I do? I come on here. Here to help you out.
Listen, I know I'm not picking on people that watch Duck Dynasty. I've never seen it. All right.
I've never seen it either.
Here we go.
I've never seen it. And the fact that I walk into a friggin' super Walmart and all I see is Duck Dynasty, now I don't want to see it. But the fact, I have a bone to pick with you. The problem is what you're wearing camo, you're wearing a Duck Dynasty shirt, you're wearing a camouflage hat, you're a tech guy. And then yesterday you were up in a tree somewhere about to shoot something. What is going on?
What? So right away, if a guy likes a TV program, happens to wear a shirt, which I'm happen to wear a shirt right now, and I happen to like to hunt, even though I'm a tech guy, I'm starting to go down that road. You have a bone to pick with me. I've been fishing for the last 17 years, and nothing's been said about that. But because I'm up in a tree doing video, you have an issue with it. What's the issue, Jeff?
I don't know. It's just scary. I mean, I just never. I guess I never saw you in that element before, and the fact that I guess you weren't planning on coming on camera today, and you're wearing camouflage.
Erik,
it's like, wow, the true Stephen Haywood comes out on TV.
Eric, help me out here.
Yeah.
Please, throw me a bone or get this Sasquatch off my butt so I don't have to hunt him.
Hey, I'm not a Sasquatch. If I was, you'd probably shoot me, right?
Yeah, probably shoot you. I was gonna say that.
Jeff, unlike you, most people are not one-dimensional. They have many arms.
Oh, please. I'm very.
I just had to take a stab. No,
I'm a very multitask guy, man. I wipe heinies.
Have a variety. People have a variety of interests. Obviously, Steven is a very well-rounded person. You know, he's got his hobbies, he's got his sport, he's got his tech stuff. I mean, the tech stuff isn't even his full-time job, so he's got a whole nother thing that he does. I mean, he's obviously, you know,
Steven,
more than just what you do on this podcast.
Yes. What's the question?
Can I ask, what do you get out of hunting? Like, what animals have you killed, and what's the thrill of that? I don't understand. Help me understand.
Gosh. This is gonna be good.
Yeah. Now it's trouble. Is this why you did this, Jeff? Because you knew Sharon would do this?
So this is the first year I've ever hunted.
Yeah. Did you kill any puppy dogs?
I have not. I saw a couple deer yesterday, and I left the doe because I want a buck, and I left the little buck because I wanted a big one. The rack was only, I don't know, 3 inches. So I said, no, I'm going to wait for a bigger
Sharon,
one.
But that doesn't mean it's breast, so don't get upset.
Right. Got it. Yes. Thank you for that help clarifying.
So I don't know. I just think
you should have seen the rack on tape. I mean, doe.
No, I just think that there's something. There's such an appreciation. Like, we go to the supermarket, we get our meat, we pull it out, we buy it. There's something to it, getting up there, climbing up into a tree with a tree climber, and waiting for your possible meal to show up.
Well, that was my next question. My next question was going to be, do you eat what you shoot?
Oh, absolutely. There would be no point to shoot it if I didn't eat it.
Well, no, a lot of people shoot them anyway, though. That's why I was curious. But that's good. I mean, if you're going to eat it, do you clean the carcass yourself?
I sure am going to.
Whoa! Did you Google that or something, or like
YouTube it?
Yeah.
YouTube. Yes.
Well, no, I do
Yeah.
have relatives that hunt, so it's not like I'm kind of totally thrown. But I've been watching the Outdoor Channel and been reading magazines, just like I did with tech. And
Right.
Yeah.
So wait. So far, you've just killed fish, though, right? I mean,
Yeah, I can do fish in my sleep. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That sounds kind of.
I can clean fish in my sleep.
You know, it's kind of crazy. It was, the fact that you kind of, your hair's all gone since you're wearing a camouflage hat. We really can't see the rest of your head. You're so blended in there. Hey, there you go. Bam, boom, boom. All right, the show's over. All right. No, I'm kidding.
I didn't see what was going on under there.
Hey, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm not a magician by any means, but I am going to disappear at the end of the show, literally from my seat. And it is going to be, it's never been done on a podcast before. Not that I didn't research or anything, but listen, I'm going to disappear.
Just make that claim randomly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just randomly.
I can make that happen now. I could just hit disconnect on Skype.
I could be canceled, disappear, and never.
This is the first podcast with a Sasquatch, a babe, and a hunting guy and a Mary Monk ever. And I haven't researched that, but I'm just making that statement.
When we go to Ask the Mary Monk, I'm gonna have to question that Mary part, for sure.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm very big into irony. Very big into irony.
We'll start calling you the depressed monk of love.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, the miserable monk. The miserable monk.
Miserable monk. Oh, the melancholy.
I was so
monk.
happy until they took my alcohol away. The bastard.
Who
Yeah.
took your alcohol away?
Them.
Who?
Society, man.
What?
Society, bro.
Who?
What?
Are you having a hard
What are
time
you
hearing him, or I mean, I know he's out of sync, but are you not hearing him?
I don't-
Society took his alcohol away? Is that what we heard?
Yeah, they just don't look kindly on you and drunk all the time. They want you to, be in reality with
Oh.
the rest of the boring people.
So your counselor took away your drinks?
No, I don't want to talk about it. I'm getting in trouble with my wife.
Let's talk about it, man. You really can't go through this stuff on text, but let's talk about it, man. So your counselor took away your
we'll
drinks?
wait till the Mary Monk segment. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I think Smeagol in the background there. Smeagol really wants to talk about it. Look at him. Just give a look. He looks excited to talk about
I
it.
mean, heck, I feel bad for Eric. I mean, even his little plant over there is suffering. If you look at the back. It's like,
But he's
he must be connected
HD.
with his plant, you know?
The freaking HD plant, bro.
But he's in HD. That's all that matters.
Somebody
True.
fix my audio.
What?
Make this work.
So, Jeff,
Wizard of Tech.
can I ask a
Stephen
question?
Haywood, you see what the Tech Buzz? You don't want this product going out on the Tech Buzz network. You need to fix this.
We're used to it.
What are you talking about? We have a higher standard on the Jeff Adams. Oh no, never mind. We don't.
We're trying to have a higher standard. I don't know if we ever reach it, but we're trying.
So, Jeff, who are all these people that are mad at the Mary Monk? I want to know. I was going to respond to the email, and I want to know.
Did we just cover this like last year when we did the last podcast?
You wrote it.
You wrote in the show prep that there were more people upset at the Mary Monk.
Did I?
I know we spent the last show. Yeah, that cut and paste from last week's show prep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did on my time.
All he did was cut and paste last week's show prep. Can you believe this? Why?
So, Eric, that's why he didn't respond to you.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, I made more people angry, and he's like, what?
I'm looking at the notes now. Let's see if I find it here.
I'll pull it up.
And you don't have to pull it up. I gotta.
This is what happens when you give a Sasquatch a computer.
Let's see.
Here's pounds on the keys. Blah, blah, blah.
He has, and I quote,
It's bad enough. I'm dyslexic,
introductions,
crap,
the
I
Mary
can't even
Monk of
edit
Love.
notes.
The Mary Monk of Love, who pissed everyone
Oh, there
off
it is, right
last
there.
show and lost a sponsor.
Yeah, we lost
There
Go
it
Mommy
is.
this week.
Cut and paste. He looks like a human man, but if he'd let all that hair grow out, you'd see the truth.
You know the problem with it. I've talked about it before. Is I'm sick of all this hair growing, but it's going on the top of my head, which I can't understand. I mean, I watched on Tuesday night. I watched NBA basketball, and I watched The Ball Truth with Spencer. He's on the GFQ network. He has a whole show about people balding, and I watched the whole show. Just I was contemplating calling in, and I just didn't do it. Because I'm worried about that. I'm afraid I'm not going to get this job because I'm balding and I'm fat. So
That hasn't held me back at all. Look at me. I'm a success.
Wait,
Sharon,
Jeff,
what'd you
where
say,
are you
Sharon?
balding? I don't
top of my
understand.
head.
Let's see the dome.
Go ahead. You
I
got
don't have
that
a dome
top
shot anymore. There's no dome shot. I'm
Wait.
just
There's no
condensed down
dome
to one
shot
camera
anymore?
now.
It just looks. I mean, you look like you have. I mean, I don't understand. I was like,
Well, if I was sitting down in a chair, Sharon,
No.
and you look down, you go,
Look down,
oh,
show us.
clearly.
oh, clearly.
Yeah, there you go. You feel better now? See the UFO crop?
Oh. Yeah,
He
but
hides
that's
it
like
behind
a,
that
you know, that's
Bob's
like a
Big Boy
monk's
whoosh.
cap. That's like a, you know, kind of a
Oh.
cool little bald spot. Like monks did that on purpose back in the day, you know.
I look
Doesn't
Jewish.
it mean like, I don't know, like the wisdom of God or something? Isn't that what that means?
Well,
Looks like a Sasquatch with a yarmulke.
Or that.
a Jewish Sasquatch. Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
Yamasquatch.
Hey, are we supposed to go to break now, Steven?
Yeah, we can go to break.
All right, go to break.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm getting ragged out here.
We'll be back.
You're watching The Jeff Adams Show. We'll be right back.
go time. It's go time. Go, Daddy.
Oh, I smell pumpkin butt. In my nostrils. Hey, on the internet, you can't smell this. So you'd like to be on the internet. And if you want to be on the internet, you got to go to GoDaddy.com. And if you're going to go to GoDaddy.com, you got to remember these promo codes. If you're going to get a new .com, you want to use this, Jeff199. Jeff199. That's going to get you a $1.99 new .com at GoDaddy.com if you're not already a GoDaddy user. Now, if you are a GoDaddy user, you want to use Host Off 12. Is that correct, Haywood?
That is correct.
Host Off 12. They change it every week, but this is the one you need to remember. Host Off 12, and that's going to get you 15% off. GoDaddy.com, not so proud sponsor of the Jeff Adams Show and the Tech Buzz Network, but we thank you.
I think you should take it up on the offer and go get I Got Mooned by a Pumpkin.com. You know, that's why my notes jacked up. I worked on that day. I sent that stuff to, Steven, and just thinking I'm like, hey, just add these for, it's Halloween, let's do some Halloween type ads. And I just wanted to add it in there to see if anybody's going to pay attention. And I was like, I'm going to put Erik's head where he gets mooned with that one shot. He's looking. I don't know why I did it, but I thought it was pretty
good.
Funny.
Hey, I got a good laugh out of it. It was worth whatever, however many hours took you to Photoshop to do that.
I think that was better than a Rick roll.
With those big Sasquatch hairy fingers to type on the keyboard. I really appreciate your effort.
All right, let's shift the Sasquatch into the Merry
Monk.
Let's go. Let's ask the Merry Monk right now. Let's go.
Oh man.
You gotta be absolutely kidding me, man. Get out! Oh, you're crazy. Oh, man.
And we're back. All right, here's the Merry Monk. Ask the Merry Monk. All right, so these are just random questions that people email in because they're fascinated with the Merry Monk of Love's life and what it's about. So the first question I have for the Merry Monk is this. When is your book going to be published?
Now he's back at me. Now he's had enough Sasquatch stuff, and now he's gonna go for the book. He's gonna go for the jugular. I'm gonna hit that raw nerve. I'm gonna hit him where it hurts. You know that book you spent 5 years on that nobody will publish? That's what I'm gonna bring up on the show.
So when's it gonna be published? People want to know.
I don't know, man. I'm still waiting around for 4 or 5 more rejections before I go ahead and, do it ourselves through Key Life Network.
Well, no. Here's the thing with that question is,
I counted them up yesterday. 20 rejections from 20 different publishers, and there's still like 4 more to go.
I added that question in there because I think it was like Monday. Was it Monday or Tuesday? I was texting with Sharon and Erik, and I said, you guys on to do the show? They said, yeah. And then Erik goes on this rant.
Well, the thing is, it was a poorly timed prescription refill, really, that I think started the ball rolling. I ran out of meds, and I didn't fulfill it, and then, it started taking effect, and by the time I'm like, oh gosh, I got to get the stuff, and I called it in. They said that was on Sunday. They said it won't be ready till Tuesday. And I think I talked to you guys on Monday, and I'm in the middle of hell. My dopamine levels are down. My serotonin levels are down. I'm fat. I'm smoking too much. My book's not published. Everything started looking really crappy.
Erik, tell us how you really feel.
That was it. I was telling you, that's it.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's even too embarrassed to get his kids a Halloween costume, so he's going to stand in front of them.
Yeah.
What?
All right, the next question. Let's get the next question.
That was a joke at my expense that I don't get, but that's all right. I'm very focused on the segment. I don't have time to understand you.
And standing in front of his kids. All right, the next question is, Merry Monk, are you still losing weight?
No, and I'm not doing I told you this on the text when I was ranting. I'm not doing the Fat Boy segment anymore. I'm not going to
doing
be
it either.
every week get on here and go, no, I'm still 253 pounds. How you doing now? Still 200. Nope, today I'm 254. How you doing now?
How are you not gaining pounds? Are you getting on the scale?
It's a stupid segment when you don't lose weight.
Well,
When
I
you
know.
just
I'm
every
gaining
week
weight.
it's like the same thing.
Sharon, are you still losing weight?
Nope, I'm maintaining.
Maintaining.
I'm gaining weight like never before, and I need to go back to the gym, do something. I don't know, but
I'm
yeah.
not doing anything anymore.
So that bit's canceled. I'm just gonna grow fat. and
Awesome.
bald.
Thank you. Oh, one of my prayers have been answered. I
Okay,
do
the
have
next-
a heavenly Father who.
Well, the last question we have for Ask the Mary Monk is, what type of medication do you take?
Citralopram and bupropion.
What is that?
It's a dopamine reuptake inhibitor. Wellbutrin is the big name.
Wellbutrin. I know of Wellbutrin.
Bupropion, I think. And
Yes,
the other one is citralopram.
bupropion.
Yeah, that get drinking and doing those pills, that'll get you in trouble, man.
I don't care. I want to die. I really don't care.
Now the truth comes out. These are the kind of texts we get. I want to die. What's the point? Just because he can't get his book published, he wants to
eat as
die
much
and
as I
leave his
want.
three kids
I'm
and
going to
his-
smoke
his
what I
wife.
want. Now I can't drink as much as I want because my family will leave me. So I'm not going to do that. But
you'd rather die and leave your family.
Everything else I'm going to do, and the sooner I die, the better. I really don't care.
We lost his audio.
Maybe that's a blessing.
I lost my audio. Is my audio still not there? Is
Yeah,
my
it's
audio
there.
back?
It's there. It's there. It's back.
Where did I leave off on?
How much your life sucks?
No, my life is fine. I got everything anybody could ever want.
Trick or treat.
I just don't care. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Hey,
So
if I was a kid, I
exhausting.
would not come to the Mary Monk's house for, trick or treating. I'd come to the door and go, trick or treat. And he would go, I don't care. I want to die. I don't have any candy. Leave.
You know what I'm handing out? I'm handing out this
Life
a collection
sucks.
of little alcohol bottles that I got from the airplane that I
Oh,
can't
geez.
drink. I'm just gonna drop those kids' buckets.
I thought you were going to hand out gospel tracts.
Yeah, they're wrapped around the booze.
The Assembly of God gospel tracts. Hell. You ever get those when you were trick or treating?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of trick or
All
treating,
right, so I hope you're happy outing me on your segment about how depressed I get.
we had to deal with it. I'd rather just deal with it on camera than text messages because it's so impersonal with text messages. This is so much more personal being on a show.
Yeah.
So much
you know?
more personal that when I can post it on your wall, and so all the people that Paisley worked with can see how suicidal I am. Thanks.
There you go.
You two like, don't post this. Don't post it.
Don't even promote this anywhere. I'm too honest on this damn show, and I don't want it anywhere near my wall. Let people go find it if they want to.
Well, honesty is always the best policy. Always.
Be honest in your backyard.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Ron, Ron wants the number. What's the number, Eric?
888-547-8383.
Which trick or treating? Did you guys all grow up in the church or no?
I did.
No.
So Sharon, were you allowed to go trick or treating?
I was. Yep. My mom is a super conservative, very spiritual lady, but she always, we dressed up the whole time I was growing up. I went through a stage when I was in Bible college, like because I walked away from God for a long time, and then I became a Christian on my own when I was 21, and I became super conservative, and I was in Bible college, and we all, were like, oh, Halloween is evil. And I was like that for quite a while, and then I calmed down and swung back to the middle again with balance. So now I think it's fine.
Why?
That's because now you're possessed by demons. Welcome
Sure.
to the crew.
Of course.
Yeah.
Then there's that.
I posted something. I mean, my parents were cool, but we were raised in a Assembly of God church, and there was a time where we weren't able to go trick or treating. I mean, and me and my brother snuck out, and put jeans on, and I'd grab the cowboy hat, and we'd go trick or treating without them knowing. Going, I'm a cowboy.
Just take
Bang,
your
bang.
shirt off, Jeff.
Yeah. That would be a cowboy with his shirt off.
No, Sasquatch.
I didn't have hair back then on the chest, but thanks for trying.
Picture you as one of those little wolf boys that I see on the WTF section of Reddit. No,
Just stay away from my woods.
Have those? No, I posted on something on social media, and only one person got it. It was Nate Manners. I posted something about, and I put Striper music behind it. To hell with the devil. And I said, this Halloween, we're having a record burning at our house with Gospel Bill playing. Because we used to do these things called, the church would always do these alternative things called Hallelujah nights. Instead of Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Let's have a Hallelujah night.
Yeah, but Jeff, you know what the new one is?
What?
They call it junk in the trunk.
Oh, trunk or treat, right?
Well, there's some that are trunk or treat, but they also call it junk in the trunk, where they put candy in the trunk.
what, at church?
Yeah, you decorate your trunk, and
What?
you put the candy in it. Like, it has to be biblical decorations and things like that.
That's
Like
just
part of
biblical.
A biblical
What does it
reference
do
to
with the
giant
trunk?
ass.
No, but I mean, in the
Woman with big butt.
Yeah, I know. Ron has
Little
joined
big
us, by the way.
Hey,
Well,
Ron,
she's
what's
got
going
junk
on?
in the trunk. Praise the Lord.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Why would they equate that with a trunk of a car? That just sounds like
Junk- like you
abduction,
put junk-
like a
you junk
recipe for
food.
abduction, you know?
Well, you put junk food in the trunk. That's
Oh.
what they're getting it at.
That's just
Okay.
that's just crazy, man. Why would the church? I mean, everybody's messed up, but why? I mean, Hallelujah nights. Hey, dress up as your favorite Bible character.
Not the church that I pastor at. Let's just state
I'm
that.
not saying every church. I mean, the church has come a long way, but back when I was growing up, it was pretty crazy. Dress up like Moses.
Yeah.
Who are you? I'm Moses. I'm Iron Man.
Like,
I'm Moses.
everyone had the exact same costume. They were just different names because everyone had the robe with the little
Yeah.
head and the beard, you know?
One
Shepherds.
year I had to go to one of those, and you can only dress up as something from the Bible, so I showed up as a pile of foreskins. It was a great costume. You should have seen it.
I think too many people get too crazy over it. I mean, we let our kids go trick or treating.
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Now, we
someone-
don't let them dress up like devils and witches and warlocks and things like that. But like my daughter, she's gonna be a cat, and my son's gonna be Superman. So who cares, right?
My kids are going to be zombies. They're basically undead, so I violated that rule.
Like The Walking Dead.
yeah.
Yes.
Zombies.
So I mean, with these kids, I feel bad for them. Some of them that can't go trick or treating, and I here's the thing with Facebook. I hate right now all this rant about Obamacare, and then I keep seeing the same post over and over, and it just drives me nuts. It's like about the Jehovah Witness or something saying Jehovah Witness don't celebrate Halloween because they don't want anybody coming to the door. They don't want to associate with somebody. I'm just like, seriously, you guys got to go there. I'm getting so sick of Facebook with the political rants and
I know, me too.
Just getting old. Someone needs
I
to come up with
agree.
Some
some
new friends on Facebook.
I don't know.
You know,
I need some new friends. That's what I
I
need.
get really annoyed because, like, the other day I posted about Obamacare, and because I have a pre-existing condition, so I can't get health insurance. Nobody will insure me. So I'm like excited about Obamacare. I'm like, yay, I finally get to have health insurance, And so I just put that on my Facebook page, and some lady that I'm friends with, but that has never, ever posted on my page before. I've never even, I forgot I was friends with her. And she comes out of the woodwork over this Obamacare thing and starts this huge, rant in my comments about, how it's the most horrible thing ever, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, basically lecturing me. Then somebody else gets on and kind of says, you're full of it. And then she argues back. And it became a huge, arguing battleground on my comments. And I'm like, can you guys take this somewhere else? I don't want this. This is ridiculous. And that really annoys me when people do that,
Yeah, it gets old.
All you have to do on Facebook to start a scene is express an opinion of any kind.
Yeah.
As long as you stay neutral and bland and don't ever really say anything, everything's great.
But how do you do that? I mean, I guess the only way you can stay neutral, is, just post pictures of your kids that you just adopted from Haiti. And I get tons of likes. I stay in the middle there, man. I just said, I'm gonna start showing pictures of my kids, so whatever.
Yeah.
Facebook, Facebook.
My dog that just is walking out the door right now. Oh, you didn't see. Yeah, that's who I post pictures of, my dog, over and over. and people, I'm sure, don't care. But
I post when I'm in a tree, and apparently that's against the rules, according
Well,
to Jeff.
It's funny. The same time you were up in a tree about to shoot a deer, someone posted a picture. Sharon posted a picture, and she's saving a turtle crossing the road.
yeah.
And I was like, this could
So
be
take
interesting.
that.
Oh, so you're actually a hunter too, and you're gonna make some turtle soup. Well, welcome to the club.
No, I can't help but save animals. I'm a little obsessed.
Well, I was thinking about that picture. I was like, you're crossing the road, putting your life in jeopardy to save a turtle. And what
I
if
know.
you died on behalf of the turtle, and the turtle just, crawls off, doesn't even say thank you, just carries on. You're all over the road.
What I want to know is, Sharon, why was the turtle crossing the road?
Because it was stapled to the chicken.
That's right. That's exactly right. They're buddies. They're Facebook buddies, him and the chicken.
Is Ron still on the phone?
Yeah.
Ron?
Yeah,
Ron, how's it going, man? What are you going to be for Halloween?
myself.
Yourself? You still got those Angry
That's
Bird
right.
socks going on?
Got a party starting at 5 o'clock. Plenty of pizza.
Nice.
Oh, pizza.
Got a lot of kids coming to the door, you think, or what?
No, they don't do that in the high-rise building. Like us, we're a bunch of old folks.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So
you
you just
have, like, a
throw,
bunch of
throw
people
candy out
over?
the window at them?
There's going to be a party for the residents downstairs, and they ordered a bunch of pizzas.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
It's almost like a youth group party. Pizza party.
Hey, you know what's a big hit? Goes a pile of foreskins. People love that.
No thing.
Ron, let me ask you a question. This is not to get all nitty gritty and dirty. Is there a lot of STD problems there where you're living?
Any problems?
STD problems among the old people. We've heard about this, actually. There was a news report that said at the nursing homes, they're having a big problem with all these people shipping.
No. We can't Ron's not in a nursing home. What I'm saying is there's this place in Ocala, Florida called The Villages.
I don't hear a lot of gossip. I know there's a lot of stooping going on. I don't.
No, I'm sorry, nursing home. That's where I heard the report. I'm not saying you're in a nursing home, but
Yeah, he's
you're in
not
like an
I know,
adult
but-
community.
Yeah, there's an adult community in Ocala, Florida called The Villages. And there's a huge STD, sex, all these sexual diseases going on at this, retired village place. I mean, it's probably the biggest one in the world in Ocala called The Villages. And there was a report on it. And I'm like, man, people are, getting their stuff on, man. Ron, you guys have that problem in that building?
Nothing I know of, but let me tell you, Viagra created a real problem for the older couples because all of a sudden the husband was able to do it and the wife had thought all that was over with.
Wow.
It was like, honey, I want some.
Oh, so then all of a sudden marriage problem.
Yeah, with some of the older couples that kind of settled into, comfortable, non-sexual thing, all of a sudden the husband's got a Woody and he wants to go.
There goes our Sky
poor-
Angel deal.
Poor lady.
There goes our shot of being on TBN. You meant Woody from the
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Yeah, or Woody Harrelson.
I don't know, Jeff. If we got that hair on you a little higher, maybe we could get on TV.
Frosted a little with like pink, purplish gray.
Purple that up. We get the same color as your beard. It'll show up good.
TV
Yeah,
evangelist.
the uncle a while ago, he stroked his head and he got a little Woody. And then not too long ago, he had the pop and video, which I finally saw.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that? That was pretty disgusting, wasn't it? That's pretty gross, wasn't it?
I heard Wellbutrin actually helps you gain weight.
It's
Yeah, it
supposed
does.
to help you lose weight, but the serotonin drug is counteracting it.
Well, what I'm saying is I took that for a while, and the doctor said that one of the side effects is weight gain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also used to help you quit smoking. That's what originally it started out as.
Yeah, it's not helping with that at all. I talked to my shrink. I said, hey, if they legalize weed in Florida, because it's going to be on the 2014 ballot if they get enough signatures. If they legalize it, will you prescribe it to me? She said yes.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Anti-anxiety meds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have
Well, you know what?
dispensaries here in Maine. I think there's actually one in Auburn. I've been thinking about asking my shrink. I see him next week.
Oh, yeah.
They can do that.
I read
why
though,
not?
Eric, that certain kinds of pot, certain kinds of bud or whatever, like certain varieties are the ones that help with anxiety, but certain kinds make your anxiety worse. So if they do legalize it and then people start getting it for prescriptions, you have to get a certain kind. And I can't remember what, there was like lists of the different
They
kinds.
have legal dispensaries in a lot of states where it's legal. So, it's all controlled and stuff like that. You get what you need, the right kind.
He'll have to get the Walmart brand.
Well, I'm happy to experiment with them all and just see which one works best.
I don't, here's the thing. We all got problems, but Eric, you just, for some reason, they just, how long have we been doing this podcast for, like, what? Close to what, 8 months, 9 months? And it just seems like you can't get over the hump.
Oh, dude, Sharon, tell him about our last podcast.
Wait, which one?
It's not been 9 months. This has been going on for 21 years.
No. Oh, you mean the whole podcast in general, the whole entire, the whole time. Yes, it has been going on for many moons, many moons. And it just goes in cycles. He gets through it.
There should be progress. There should be, moving forward. I mean, I got medicated, and I'm, if I don't take my pills, obviously I'm a basket case, but I take my pills, and
you're just lying to yourself. The world is much worse than you think.
What's that?
I said, you're just not paying attention. If you're not depressed, you're not paying attention.
Well, I did. Let's get serious here. I mean, things affect me, and in all seriousness, like Nina and Tara. I don't know if you know what's going on there.
Yeah. I talked to him this morning.
Yeah, and that tore me up. You think you have problems or whatever, and then you realize there's bigger problems than your own, and I just was like, wow.
Yeah, but that is my problem.
Yeah, it's all of our problems,
That's part of it. It's just the world is so screwed up. I mean, a 6-year-old getting leukemia, you watch the news, and it's somewhat impersonal, but it's still heavy. It weighs on you. Like if you're really paying attention to what's going on in the world, and then that's just kind of the air we breathe. But then this stuff happens to you in your life, and there's and I joke about addiction and stuff, but I struggle with that stuff. I don't want to be addicted, Yeah. And it's a burden. It's like I have not shook it. But dude, I'm telling you, I don't know anybody who's tried harder than me. From counseling to meds to spiritual stuff to whatever.
Don't try so hard. Don't let it get down too much.
Well, I wish it were that easy, but I have worked really hard to try to overcome it, and I don't know. I just things affect me, and there are good things in my life that affect me and give me great joy, and I have times of just almost ecstasy with the good things in life, but I feel the bad stuff too.
Well,
bipolar.
Probably bipolar. Yeah.
I mean, part of this too. Oh, sorry. Part of this too, Eric. I mean, this is biochemical. I mean, there's a lot that can be like helped with behavioral modification.
Hold on, we got two of you guys talking at once, and I don't know that either can hear.
bump Ron up a little bit.
Okay, sorry, Sharon.
Oh no, but he can go ahead. That's fine.
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I switched you off of the speakers. That might have been problem. I just, like I say, is I'm older than you, and I've struggled with mental illness all my life, but I never let it keep me down for very long. Just keep going. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I do. I keep going. I get up and I rock. I do what it takes. and I take care of my family, and I go to work, and I excel at what I do. I get pretty obsessive about stuff. I stay very, very busy because then, keep getting degrees, and, I'm pretty high functioning. It's just, I do all that stuff to kind of distract myself.
Well, okay. What I was going to say was, like, sometimes you feel things. I mean, people have different nervous systems, and just like you can be, like, maybe there are certain people that their nervous systems are just wired to the point that they feel things, like they feel pain a little more intensely than other people. Like you hear of people saying, well, they have high pain tolerance, and typically they're talking about, your physical pain. But I've been reading a lot about this kind of stuff, and usually people that are more sensitive in their nervous systems anyway, they are going to react exactly the same way to emotional pain too. You just feel more intensely, and that doesn't just mean pain. So you're saying, like, you have moments where you're really like ecstatic about things. You get, because you feel that happiness really intensely. But then when things are hard, or you're, in emotional pain, you feel it that much more intensely. And it's not something that, like, you can just kind of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And I mean, a lot of people are okay without medication, but then there's sometimes where, hey, your brain chemistry is a little jacked up, and so you take medicine and it helps you kind of balance out, and that's a good thing. And then there's cognitive behavioral stuff you can do with your thinking processes and the thoughts that you tell yourself, and you can really work on that, and all that stuff helps. I mean, it's not like, again, you're very high functioning, but it's just that inside you have this internal thing going on that is just it's almost like, somebody that has been burned and their nerves are really raw, and then whenever they get close to heat at all, it's excruciating to them. It's almost like that kind of thing where your emotions are like that a little bit. They're just a little raw. But again, you're working on it though. Like you said, I don't think I've ever seen anybody work as hard on it as you. I mean,
Do you
really.
guys do you guys think that, because like I'm a firm believer in, like, that some of this stuff it kind of derived from not being taught how to deal with certain situations when you were like younger. Maybe you went through a traumatizing experience, or maybe you were abused or something like that, and that kind of warped you in a way where you kind of tucked it away in that closet. And then as you got older, now all of a sudden you're experiencing these issues, as people call them. But what has actually happened is now you don't know how to deal with them because you were never taught, because you were either abused or you were just, you had hard parents who were like, just grow up. They didn't teach you how to deal with that emotion. Would you agree with that, or do you think I'm kind of way out there in left field?
No, to a point, that's absolutely true. But also, what's true is that there's actually research that shows that if you're a child and you went through an experience of trauma, that actually alters your brain chemistry to a certain extent. And then later in life, you cope with things differently, or you maybe don't have as sharp coping skills in that area, because it actually does alter your brain. However, your brain is they call it neuroplasticity, where your brain, even as an adult, you can work on retraining your brain and actually creating new neural pathways that will help you deal with that stuff. But yeah, there's actually, kids that go through trauma, it can actually alter their brain, like the actual neurons in their brains. So, and they're doing more and more research on this. I mean, they're just finding this stuff out about the human brain. They didn't know hardly anything about it 75 years ago. And now they just, they're just constantly learning new things. So
how did we get all Dr. Phil with this?
You started it. You said, let's get serious.
Let me tell you something, Eric. You've got some serious problems. Is that a good Dr. Phil?
That's a good Dr. Phil. That guy drives me nuts.
It's not about you.
Let me tell you something. I'm
going to about
lose
me,
all
because
my
I got to
hair like
live with
Dr.
me
Phil
all
real
the time, you fat, bald
So I think I figured out Eric's
Oprah
issue.
wannabe.
I think you figured out your issue, Eric. It was that time when you went to the amusement park with your daughter, and you almost got stuck in the car. It messed you up.
I didn't get stuck.
No,
I
you almost
didn't get in.
Oh.
I just want to see Eric get better. That's all.
I had that same experience. We went to Halloween Horror Nights. We went to Universal Studios, and they've got this rocket roller coaster. And I'm like, oh, roller coaster, great. And so I know that games. The last experience at Busch Gardens where you had to bring in a big fat black woman to sit on the restraint so that it would click and get me into it. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to happen again. Like, I'm not going to fit, you know? But I think they're building roller coasters. This is a relatively new roller coaster. I think they're building them now for fatter people. Since Americans are just big and fat, that they're going, you know what? We want everybody to be able to ride our ride, so we're going to put on different restraints. So they put a whole different kind of restraint on this thing. And I was worried about it, but I got on there, and it just went down, clicked once. But, man, it was tight. Like, I felt like my eyeballs were going to pop out of my head as I was taking G-forces, you know, because, like, my stomach was up, like, around here, like, up around my head. But, anyway.
Jeez.
I think that's a mistake to do that if you're that tight in there.
Yeah, it was probably a mistake, but it was a roller coaster. I got you can pick what music you want. Had Motley Crue on there. Great.
Oh.
Well, that's cool. How do you pick your music? Like, what do you do? Like, there's like a
little touch screen on the big thing that they put over your lap, and you can pick like rock, pop, you know, whatever you're into, and they have a couple selections from each one.
Oh, that's very cool. Huh.
Yeah.
How fun.
Kickstart my heart.
What else?
Nice.
What else do they have?
Kickstart my heart.
What else?
What's
what other
that?
songs do they have on there?
Does every one of the cars have music? Because you to think the music would be competing.
No, it's in your little seat, and so it's just pointing right at your head. I didn't hear anybody else's music, but yeah, I don't know what
like
the other
yours.
ones were. Jeff was asking what the other song choices were, but I don't remember.
Here's something, you know, back to seriousness. Classic Computers said antidepressant drugs is what broke my marriage up. My ex-wife too took all kinds of antidepressant meds. Our marriage lasted all 100 days because of it. Wow.
Ouch.
What happened? Just start getting honest?
Ouch.
Yeah.
You know what? I now have the balls to tell you what I'm really thinking because I'm not nervous about what you're going to think. And so here it is. That kind of thing happened.
I think he muted his own self.
That relationship was if it fell apart like that.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah,
I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Right. I would say that yeah. That I mean, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's sad. That's really sad that happened. But there had to be a lot of issues involved with that whole thing. You know.
It was just 100 days. You didn't have any kids. You know.
But you did. You get the
on.
honeymoon phase. You know, everybody, you're lovey-dovey, and you know, when you start living with each other, and you know, you find out everybody's annoying habits and their addictive behavior, and stuff happens. You know,
like my counselor says, everybody marries the wrong person. Like there's this idea that somehow you got to find the right person, or you know, maybe people that have been married a long time, or even a short time, they go, oh, you know, I think I married the wrong person. Because everybody marries the wrong person because everybody gets married for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
And so as soon as you get into it and find out, oh, you know what? This other human being who's like as screwed up as I am is not going to meet all of my needs, and we are not going to actually like fulfill each other. Like, you know, Rocky Balboa, you look, I got holes, you got holes, we fill each other's holes. That's crap. Nobody completes each other. It's actually, marriage is the opposite. It's like a grinding stone, man.
Yeah,
it's going to take all of the freaking hard edges on both of you. It's going to put you in close proximity, and it's going to either grind all that crap up, and you're going to you're going to stick with it, and you're going to deal with it, and you're going to become transformed through the process, you know, or you just bounce off each other and say, this hurts too much, screw it.
Yeah.
I think you need to have Mark
that we
Gunder
just
back
actually had a class last semester that was on that, and it's called object relations. And it's a very freaky theory. Like when you start reading about it, it's kind of freaky because it's not just romantic relationships. It's every relationship that you have. We're always drawn to people that are like these objects that we have internalized. And then we're like looking for this particular person to fill that. And it's in every relationship. And then once you're involved in the relationship, suddenly you realize that they're not objects. They're actually people, and they actually have feelings, and they're actually, you know, on their own trip, and you are an object to them too. So it kind of goes both ways. And yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing, but it's really true. You know, I mean, we get into things for really crazy reasons. And then, you know, you find out later, and it's just really a matter of just hanging in there. And like you said, working through it and, you know, making it work, because nothing's going to be like, ooh, let it die forever. You know, it's just not.
No, you know, you find out people fart and, you know.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocker.
Far worse than that, man.
You find out there's hidden liquor underneath the cabinet somewhere. You know, when I first got married, I was like, I think it was, man, maybe 4 days in, my wife, Stacy, she, you know what, and why do men always refer to their, the wives as the wife? But anyway, so she has a name. Her name's Stacy. And so I was brushing my teeth. I had the water on. And she was still sleeping or whatever. And she screamed at me and she goes, what the heck are you doing? Turn off the water right now. You're wasting water. And I'm like sitting there brushing my teeth and go, oh my God, I made a huge mistake. And so it began. No, you know, just quirks of different people. And, you know, marriage, you have to bend so much on stupid things that you find important that are not necessarily that important. That causes
You know
so
what I
many
do?
fights.
I turn all the water on. I turn the water on the tub. I turn the water on in the sinks. I turn the water on everywhere. Take that, waters.
You're a
Frickin'
catch,
Nazi.
Eric. Paisley is a lucky woman.
Do you
Tell me
think
what to do.
Eric, are you guys sleeping in separate rooms yet?
I'm not answering that question.
No.
Sleep on the couch.
Jeff, it's funny, Jeff, but like the roles were reversed in the water thing. The same thing happened in our marriage too. Only I was the one brushing my teeth, and my husband did that. He goes, you know, you can turn the water off. You don't need to leave it running while you're brushing your teeth, you know. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Were you thinking the same thing I was thinking? Like, oh my God.
I'm sure I've thought that, but probably at different times. I don't know that I thought it with the toothbrushing water thing, but I know that there's been other times that I've thought, oh my gosh. Well,
Wouldn't that be? Why don't we shoot a commercial for World Vision, and it'll be like us. There'll be a frame of you brushing your teeth, and the water's running, and then I'm brushing my teeth, and then all of a sudden, and there's these kids that don't have any water. Did you realize? You see this cryptic kid with no water. And we're brushing our
just
teeth
like,
with water.
And your spouse is sitting there with their arms folded and their feet tapping.
World Vision, making a difference. Oh, jeez.
Don't we have to end the show? Doesn't somebody have to go?
Yeah, Steven has to go. He has to go kill a deer. Trick or treat.
We've only had one commercial break this time.
Well,
Has everybody dropped us?
Because we lost all of our sponsors. Jeez.
we were trying to give everybody an hour's worth of content without riddling them with commercials just for this one day.
Oh.
And we didn't know what kind of mood you were going to be in, and didn't want to lose the last of the remaining sponsors.
Well, right. Even if I'm going to be in a bad mood, I really try to make it an entertaining bad mood. I really do. I mean, even like on a text, it's not just evil, like vitriol. You know, it's me. You know, I'm poking a little fun at myself too.
Well, happy Hallelujah night. I mean, Halloween night. Go watch some Gospel Bill, and guys, thanks for hanging out. Before we go, I'm gonna do my magic trick. You guys ready to do this?
Oh yeah.
All right. It's gonna take a little concentration here. You ready?
No.
I wish I had sound effects.
I think you need to. I don't know. I just think you need to shift a little bit, maybe.
Oh, shift.
Shift to your right.
I was like, say what?
To your right. No, they're right there. Right there is good. I think that'll be a perfect place to disappear.
When I say trick or treat, give me something good to eat. I'm gonna disappear. You ready?
And is there gonna be just like a poof of hair left that's gonna fall down?
Hopefully, this will grow hair on my head. You ready?
Is this the end of the show?
Until next week, Jeff Adams Show. Thanks for hanging out. Trick or treat. Give me something good to eat. Did it work?
It'd be great if you couldn't see the sides on the side there of the other.
I'm invisible.
And I could
Oh
see your
my
arm
God.
on the side.
I tried to tell him.
That's so much crap.
I'm invisible. Look at me.
That's worse than like Bewitched.
Aren't you glad you guys pay for this show? Oh, wait a minute. All right, till next week, guys.
Did you hire
it buzzing.
Bewitched?
No, wait.
Special effects person.
Producer, it's the producer's fault. He said, "Hey, aren't you supposed to send it in, higher res?" I said, "It's the point. It's supposed to be cheesy." He goes, "Oh, never mind." Anyways, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out on the Jeff Adams Show. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Follow the Jeff Adams Show on these fine social networks: Facebook.com/The Jeff Adams Show, Twitter.com/The Jeff Adams, YouTube, bit.ly/The Jeff Adams Show TV, RSS, bit.ly/TJAS iTunes. All this on the Jeff Adams Show.tv and the TTB Network.tv.